What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Bruja Africana, coming to you all with a celebrity reading. Do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to my channel while we're getting the semantics of the channel out the way. And go ahead and share my channel, hit a like, and go ahead and jump in the comments if you want to have commentary with me regarding one of my readings. This reading was requested to me. And this is through some music shit though, but somebody requested to me that I do this reading for you all, and I know that everybody's not gonna like this reading. Hey, I really don't care if you don't like it, because to find out you don't like it, you will have had to have watched the video. So I will have gotten what I want in the end. Be it if you write some bullshit underneath this particular reading or not, or if you hit a dislike, regardless, you still gave me what I wanted. Anyway, this reading is over Nicki Minaj'S album, her upcoming album. Here she is in her whole Sagittarius glory right here. Here she is in her Sagittarian glory, coming up with the karma card that states your highest ideals, the rules of, get it out to the world, and on the bottom energy is insight to understand, the wisdom of, and resulting from the understanding of. Yo, without giving the reading away too quickly, y'all, I'm gonna just say this. Barbz, y'all better make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do to make sure that woman album move, okay? Because see, y'all have helped her attack so many people that people are really, on the fence about Nicki right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm on the fence about being a fan of hers because of the barbz. You all have caused people to overlook, and she contributed to it too, as well. But when I say you all, I mean Nicki and the barbz. You contributed to this opinion that people have of Nicki now. And now her antics outshine her music, and that's exactly what's going on here. So I asked Spirit, would Nicki push the album back, or would there be delays in her album that's supposed to be released on December 8th? Maybe she's changed the date, maybe she hasn't, but that's supposed to be on her birthday. I asked Spirit, would Nicki be actually releasing this album? And I asked Spirit, would Nicki push the album back? Would the album be good? And it came out with these three cards here. It came out with herself being represented in the Temperance card, in the Sagittarius energy that she has. And she has the Two of Coins in reverse and Capricorn energy saying maybe. And I'm telling y'all now, this is stating to me that she's going to put that album out after in 2024. So let me go back. I asked the universe, would Nicki be delaying that album? Yes. Yes, she would be delaying it. But let me go back again. Let me be honest and go back. I asked the first question was, would Nicki put the album out? It's yes. Then I asked the universe, would Nicki delay the album, or would it come out on December 8th? It's a maybe. That maybe is huge, y'all. Why is that maybe huge? Because Nicki herself is in fear of what that album is going to produce, simply because, like I said, she and her barbz have created this narrative surrounding her that she's the queen of everything and she doesn't need anybody but the barbz. But apparently y'all asses ain't out buying this woman's music the way that she expects y'all to, or that she anticipates y'all to. You know that she and Mariah Carey would battle for the December slot. And that is that December 18th to January 9th period. That is the period in the Sagittarius / Capricorn energy period, or the zodiac, excuse me, that they would have to battle for that top spot. And we all know that Mariah Carey commands the Christmas season with that one album that came out like 1994 or some shit. And she has not missed yet. Nicki is concerned about that. You barbz may get online and talk this shit. Oh, she's not concerned. She's not this. She's not that. You're a goddamn lie. Nicki's ass is in shambles regarding that fucking album sales. And she needs help. She's going to need other people other than her fans that have attacked everyone, to buy her album. And with the Ten of Pentacles coming in reverse, honey, ain't nobody thinking about Nicki. It's underneath Virgo energy of the Ten of Pentacles, and that's in reverse. People have lost a lot of love for Nicki. People have lost a lot of respect for her as a rapper because of her antics. Nicki herself has sat back in a King of Swords reverse situation. She sat back and allowed her fans to abuse people. There's been lack of structure when it comes to her directing her fans. And I know y'all like, oh, people are grown, they're gonna do what they want to do. But these are her fans, okay? Y'all are causing her, y'all are going to be the cause of this woman's album to flop. And I'll say it like that, and I say it exactly what I said, because people are losing interest in Nicki. And not only was there 10 of Pentacles being in reverse, meaning no, she's going to spend a lot of money on this album, but there won't be any recoup. There are people that were fans, and they like, maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be a Nicki fan some more, and maybe I won't. People are leaning more towards no with Nicki because of her recent antics and all of this beef and shit. You know, it's made people view Nicki as, you know, insecure and out of sorts. And that's exactly how she's feeling now about this fucking album. So now she got to get in front of the shit and make it look like, oh, barbz, please don't attack anyone on my behalf. You know, whatever she just put out 10 years too late, telling y'all grown asses to leave people the fuck alone, because people have the right to like Nicki or not like her, or like her music, excuse me. So now she's trying to jump in front of it, trying to pretend, again, using this Virgo energy. She's probably taking a page out of Beyonce's book, because Beyonce could teach a class to these bitches on class, literally, but they wouldn't attend. So now she's trying to take control of the situation. Now she's like, okay, well, I need these albums to sell. I need a hit. I need my fans to speak up for me. Like, she's deep in her head. Like, this album is in her head, in her soul, in her mind. Like, she's trying to do everything she can to make sure that this album is good. She's trying to make sure that it's not a repeat of Queen. Because regardless to what y'all say, Queen was a motherfucking flop, and so was Beam Me Up Scotty too. She put shit out that we had already heard before, and Nicki can't afford another L. See, right now we're in Scorpio season, you know, working hard. She's working hard on this album now, harder than what she had to work had she been working on the album versus engaging in all these mindless, stupid ass beefs. Now she's got to do some work. Now she's got to produce something, because if not, Nicki is looking at another flopped album. You all can say what flops and, oh, she did da 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 da. You can quote all of that shit you want. But what we're speaking about right now is her fear that this album is going to flop. Yo, if Nicki herself feels like this album ain't good and going to flop, what y'all think y'all going to do with y'all thoughts? The only thing that will change that for her is if there is forward motion on her record sales. And right now, the universe is saying people have had enough of Nicki and there is no forward motion on it. People feels like she's lost direction, control. Like she's an op at this point of people, a lot of people. And people don't want to be bothered with it. Nicki knows that there is a chance. There's a very huge chance that that album will not sell. And with the Seven of Pentacles, all of her coins cards are in reverse. I want you all to notice that. But the Seven of Coins being in reverse here shows that she had lack of long-term vision and laziness going on. Again, instead of her engaging in all of these stupid-ass beefs, instead of her finding a reason to start this shit back up with Cardi B, instead of her going to get Akbar's failed botch BBL having ass, instead of her going to get motherfuckers to fight a beef, instead of her picking on Lotto, she should have been working on her album, because that laziness that she put in, let me move these cards so y'all can see this shit. And again, I don't give a shit what y'all have to say behind this one, because this is going to be another waste of people's time. It's going to be another Beam Me Up Scotty or another Queen. But anyway, instead of Nicki engaging in all of these stupid, childish ass beefs that she was engaging in, you know, being the orchestrator of a bunch of bullshit, she should have been working harder on this album. Because this album is going to have a lot of limited success and it's going to sound very unfinished. And people are going to notice it immediately. People are going to be like, well, what the fuck is this? She's feigning this excitement and this bravery about this album and talking about, oh, this is not a drill. We got da 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 for the album. She's really bigging this album up so that people can anticipate it. But in the end, what will show off is that Nicki was just being cocky and superficial again surrounding what it is that she's putting out. Again, this album is going to do exactly what Queen and Beam Me Up Scotty did. And people are going to say, well, hell, is she truly the queen of hip hop? That cockiness conversation is going to come up. Like, okay, well, this is a third album you've put out that you've either delayed, because here's delays being spoken of again in that Knight of Wands in reverse here. Here's those delays showing up. And then here we are with the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, the Page of Swords. She's presenting like, oh, I've got all these new ideas surrounding the album. And again, she's going to have all these people feigning this hard work that she should have been putting in. Like that shit going to show up, y'all. It's going to show up in that quality of that album that she was doing nothing. She was bullshit. She was being arrogant in her stance of saying that she was the only queen of hip hop. So she has called herself the queen for this long. This is that album that's going to have to prove it. And you know what? It's not going to. Again, the universe speaks of delays. Again, the Hangman card in reverse. And laziness, okay? Before she puts this album out, because again, here's the word maybe. Is she going to put the album out? Maybe. Is she going to delay the album? Maybe. After this album starts to fail, or she feels like it has no more opportunity to go nowhere, because it's not. Nicki has missed a lot of opportunities to work on an album and give us an album that would be worthy of calling her the queen. And in the end, hate to say it, y'all, so we're going to end up questioning whether or not she is the queen. We may be seeing the downfall of y'all beloved Barbie. Not that she's going to flop and go away and fade into obscurity, but she's going to get the Lil' Kim treatment. Everyone has their day. Everyone has their day when their stardom fades. And because of Nicki's antics, because of these senseless beefs at 40 or 41 years old that she's participating in, this is what people is going to be more concentrated on. And you know what else? Because this album is going to be so weak, she's now going to have more competition, and she's not going to be able to handle it. And again, people are going to make the choice like, okay, well, is Nicki truly the queen? Now she's going to have people anticipating this album coming out, and her laziness on this album is going to show up. The lack of work, the lack of direction. And in the end, Nicki's going to be very sad, because people are going to reject her, reject that album, and again, question whether or not she is truly the queen of hip hop. That album is coming out with lack of quality and everything else. Again, her lack of direction and her paying more attention to beef and bullshit is going to show up in this album more than those lyrics that she used to have when she was crazy-haired Nicki. Before she met Ken, before she decided to allow this dark energy into her life to absorb the shit that she got going on. Like I said, that Tower card coming in, there's going to be, unfortunately, y'all, we get ready to see the topple of a queen. And there's going to be a changing of the guards, honey. People are going to say, no, Nicki is not the queen. It's time to select someone else. And people will have made a choice to move on from Nicki. And in the end, guess what, y'all? Nicki gonna be mad with them barbz, honey. Their relationship with them barbz, the child. Let me go back and get this tower card, because that's where that tower is coming. Nicki gonna be mad with the barbz. Their relationship with y'all gonna change. She gonna completely turn on y'all because y'all didn't make sure that this album did good, and this album ain't gonna do good. Nicki's gonna be extremely pissed off with y'all. And she's going to change. And that's what y'all get for not keeping your queen humble.